Hey, what's up guys? Tugi here, back again, and I just saw that Bobby Firmino was sold to AC Milan, so now my life is just ruined. Anyway, we're back again with another episode of Project Tranmere, and in this episode, we truly get in to the start of our first season in the second tier, the championship. I'm excited to see how this goes. I want to try and make as much progress as possible, so let's get to a couple of your comments. And we're going to start off with Jim Goulding. Let's see if I can do this the right way, buddy, to get the star rating that you were talking about. I meant to go to team sheet there, I do believe. Import team sheet, championship, Tranmere, currently 3.5 star. Not that bad. Is there a single 4-star team in the league? The answer appears to be no, so we have that going for us. We're looking okay. Oh, Stoke. How the hell is Stoke 4.5 star? Come on. It has to be because of Butland. Okay, they're actually not that bad, but still. 4.5 star? Really? And a 4-star Swansea. So we're in that mix of just a ton of 3.5 star teams. 76, 72, and 71 for the rating. So thank you for telling me about that, Jim. You know what? I never even thought to really do that. So thanks for letting me know. We'll keep checking in on that as we continue to advance. Look for overlap. If you're surprised, of course, knowing that I'm a hockey fan first and foremost, if you're surprised that it, finally happened that I called Moritz Meyer Timo Meyer, you shouldn't be. It's amazing that it took that long for it to happen. And Ty Wilson as well. I would watch this series, but goddamn, even after watching a few, I don't understand soccer or anything you're doing. Let me know. I mean, I guess you said anything that I'm doing, so I really couldn't answer it. I mean, the simple goal is like any other kind of, to glory series. We're going after glory. We're trying to improve the team, and we're trying to make something of ourselves. Will we? I don't know, but maybe, hopefully, soon, eventually. That said, I think we are going to pretty much instantly, okay, maybe not, because we do have our first cup match, Carabao Cup against Port Vale. Let's hold off then. Let's hold off. We'll stay alive for the first couple of minutes here, and we'll handle the training to kick things off. Moritz Meyer no longer has promising player, so that's a little bit concerning, but I mean, it's not as if he isn't still good enough to do exactly what we need him to do, and that is to lead us to the Premier League and maybe beyond. Well, then again, maybe with the beyond part of that, he's not quite going to have the ability to get us there. Time will tell. Let's try to bump up Jonathan Kelly here, although he is our third-string striker. He's still looking pretty good, and God, I forgot how to look up how to say your name again. Damn it. Good old CB. That's what we're calling him. Good old CB. I'll try to make you better as well. Normally I wouldn't boast up the U squad this early in the season, but it makes sense, especially with a couple of these guys being this close to leveling up. So, Ibrahim Benzai, congratulations. See if you go up, and nobody improved. Not a single person. Do you know how disappointing that is? Do you understand how disappointing that is? Now, we are going to have to play the second team in this next game, more than likely just to make sure that we're on full fitness for that cup match. Middlesbrough is going to be a fairly tough opponent, though, but it's, what, Saturday to Wednesday? I kind of want to play it safe, as we get a loan offer. Placido Cano, who still isn't out. San Jose Earthquakes are interested, and they could certainly use him. Hopefully he goes out. I'm not going to do the whole transfer trick to try and force it to go through, because I feel like half the time it still doesn't go through anyway. Yeah, it's on Wednesday, and the Cano move is rejected. Let's go ahead and get the second team set up here. So, why the hell not? We'll delete last year's second team sheet. And let's find out who the hell is going to be playing here. So Dragicevic will be getting his first league start. That injury to Sip certainly sucks. Kovacs will be starting here on the right, or Kovac will be starting. No, it's Kovacs, isn't it? No, it was Kovac. I wrote down Kovacs. Whoops. Sorry, buddy. I totally know your name. Don't worry about it. Let's get Kelly in, and it's going to be Weber on the left-hand side. So let's get Richardson and Cox onto the bench. Montadon will get the start up top with Kelly on the bench. We're going to have Roberts over there. Altonen will be out for Cordoba. Berezovsky is in. Eklund is on that right-hand side. And Kelly will sit for Clark. So the bench is going to be Sanchez, Bailey, and Cano. And that is pretty much it. So Cano wouldn't be getting starting time otherwise. It would obviously be Sip. So aside from that, we're pretty much fine. And everyone should be getting a decent amount of play time this season. I should have set up penalties and everything. You watch, I'm going to say, and listen, I'm going to say it right now, it probably won't matter. Guarantee we have someone miss a penalty in this game against Middlesbrough. Guarantee it. It is bound to happen. Let's make sure the second team is in their first opportunity to hopefully earn us points. I did say I was going to probably play the second team in the cup matches. I kind of want to win those cup matches. It might help save our job as Liverpool's Jaria ends up getting the goal there. We're down early. I'm going to sim through the rest of this. Ooh. Ooh. Even with a red card to Angulo. Damn. Martin Braithwaite kicked the ever-loving hell out of us. 3-0 for Middlesbrough. Needless to say, we will not be on top of the league after that one. Maybe we should have played the first team, because that was brutal. Maybe a nice, cold, hard dose of reality to our second team that we're not in League 2 anymore, we're not in League 1 anymore. It's going to be that much more difficult. Thankfully, everybody but Kelly ended up going up an overall point. It's going to be extremely helpful for Montadon, who will end up getting a decent amount of playtime this season. But we'll see what we can do here. First round of the Carabao Cup against Port Vale. There's no way this offer is going to go through. I hope it does. I really don't want to do the whole transfer glitch thing, you know, the whole deal with that. It just sucks that it's broken, but it is what it is. We get another loan offer for Cano. I mean, come on. There's no way it's going to fall apart twice, right? It totally will. We end up playing again on Saturday against Ipswich. So the second team, yeah, we're really relying on you here. As we end up getting the emails, Teemu Altonen wants to play. That's fine. Cano's first move was rejected. And we'll go ahead and get the first team in for this cup match. Let's see what we can do. We're going to stay live up until the point that we have our scouting reports. Can we get the win? The biggest match of the season up to this point. I'd like to think we could get the job done. That our first team is going to be strong enough. Moritz Meyer with the opening goal 20 minutes in as we're approaching halftime here. Things are looking good. Anderson makes it 2. Altonen makes it 3. Let's just sim the end of it. 4-0. 4-0. Middlesbrough in our second team. You are not. 4-0 win for Tranmere as we will be advancing to the second round of the Carabao Cup. So while we ended up getting slaughtered in the league match, at the very least, we are advancing in the cup match. So whether or not that should be the priority, obviously I'm indecisive. Where, like I mentioned, I think heading into this episode, I was going to play the first team against Middlesbrough. Oh my god, this schedule, by the way. This schedule. As Myers being courted by Arsenal. Don't think so. He's going nowhere. The second team will be in against Ipswich. Berezovsky, the only man whose fitness is a little bit of a concern. Let's see what we can do here, and then we have another game against West Brom coming up in just a few days. The first team will be back in for that one, but Dragicevic back between the sticks. Can we get the win? 3-2-1, and I'll take the draw. It's fine by me. 72nd minute goal from Montadon, and yeah, that's solid. Again, would it be Montadon? There's the N in there. Would it be Montandon, I guess? I guess it's Montandon. I just want to say Montadon. That's all. That's all. We do get a point, though. Crucial that at the very least we can pick up the 1 point rather than just outright losing, as we should be having the scouting reports pop up here either before or after this game against West Brom. Not entirely sure at this point, but 4 points through 3 matches, not bad. And there we go. Scouting reports. Let's see what we have here from Turkey. Yasin Turkoglu will not be signed. Tosun Asker will definitely be signed, but my God, more goalkeeping. Sinan Gocek? No, you're not going to be there. Adnan Gunver. Yes, sign him up. Bulent Malik. Oh, these names. And Gokar Kaimak. Yes, wow, so Turkey. Strong start in Turkey. From the Ivory Coast, Daniel Kamara will not be signed. Daouda Koulibaly, would it be? Sign him up. Jean Udis Kamara will not be signed. And Serge Kone, great hair, but will not be signed. And our final report is from Scotland. Logan Fraser will not be signed. Rory Clark will be signed. Aiden Johnston, get out of my face. Riley Morrison, get out of my face. Patrick Taylor, not going to happen. We do have a full youth academy anyway. Before I jump a month ahead, let's take a look at the youth academy as it stands, and we'll see whether or not we have any easy decisions on who to get rid of. Barry Donaghy, by the way. My God. Could be an absolute monster. 55 for Roberts, but he's at least younger. Clark is 16 and a 46. He is immediately cut. Bailey at this point is starting to be a concern just because I haven't been able to put time into developing him. I'm not afraid to let him go and have him develop elsewhere. Radibe, I think, just isn't going to make it anyway. I think that, max potential is going to drop. Galliano at 16, that's okay. There's a couple of guys here, fringe, like Gunver's a 51 at 17. Get off the team. Like I said, at this point, we do have to be quite ruthless. And a 46 in Oscar, he's going to be gone too. I think the majority of these players will end up being cut. But for now, we're okay. Again, the goal for this season, the main goal, fight for promotion. So the pressure's not on to automatically make it to the Premier League. Let's see how we can do. I'll see you guys in a month. Where will we be in the league table? I'm not even sure about tournament matches coming up because the schedule is absurd. We actually play Wigan in the Carabao Cup in a week's time. And then we play them again in about a month. So I'll see you after we've played Wigan twice. Obviously, we're not in September, and that is because I have an unfortunate update. And that is that a Turkish club has activated the release clause on one Archie Kelly and have signed him. So we are now down an extra center back. Richardson will be getting the opportunity. So the good thing is Kelly wasn't that much better than Richardson, but it does kind of force the issue of a little bit of a lack of center back depth. So perhaps signing Archie Bailey and training him up immediately is the way to go. But the problem is he's 5'9". There's no way he's a center back. But thankfully, Cristobal Villalaba is 6'1". Kaimak can't even be signed. So we pretty much have no choice. Cristobal Villalaba is going to be signed. He will be replacing the outgoing Kelly. So at the very least, we do have a built-in replacement who's ready to go and looks to be half decent. But still, to lose a player in that fashion really sucks. I think that's pretty straightforward, don't you? I think that sucks. And I'm not that happy about it. But like I said, the good thing is Richardson, younger player, could probably benefit from having that extra playing time anyway. He will be the beneficiary of these moves. And I just want to show you what this team's going to look like now. So it's going to be Richardson and Johannesson. Wright will not be playing. Villalaba will be on the bench. So we'll see if he gets any playing time. Odds are he won't. This does mean, though, Richardson and Johannesson will be relied upon for that second team. And I might as well update you on what's happened here. The answer is basically nothing. We lost 2-1 to West Brom. Our first team was in. We have that matchup coming up just a few short days against Wigan. But back to your regularly scheduled programming, also known as a jump cut. We rejoin this a tad bit early. We are currently in 6th place in the league. I'll recap you on what's happened. Breen wants out. I actually deleted the email a second ago. You know the guy whose name I can't pronounce? CB. He wants out of the Youth Academy. So we're going to have to take a look at whether or not he's worth signing. But again, we are currently in one of those playoff spots. It's still very, very early. We ended up beating Wigan 1-0. I think I showed that we lost to West Brom. We beat Forest, we beat Derby, and from there, I believe we are off a win against Brentford. We are 2-1, so we're actually in pretty damn good form. Still quite a few midweek matchups, which kind of suck, but that is what it is. Let's take a look at the Youth Academy here. First and foremost, I'll look at Breen in a moment. So yeah, Caldera can be dropped. Koulibaly can be dropped, and that's good for the moment. Kalada being 16 and a 57, I'm tempted to let him go. Especially with Donaghy. You know what? With Donaghy being as good as he is, Kalada's not bad, but I think I'll hold on to him. I won't be that ruthless, I suppose. Bailey is the one that I'm really concerned about. Here's the thing with Breen. He's an 85 to a 91. He's 18. He's a 63. He's absolutely worth signing. So we will bring him in. And actually, let's take a look at the squad hub here, shall we? Because we do have a couple of things that we could get to. So again, we do now have Villalaba as a backup center back, which is nice. Just to mark down that he's on this team really quickly. I know, it's, the whole in-process thing, but damn it, I gotta make sure I don't completely botch it. We're also gonna block offers for him. He needs to stay on the team for the moment. And now we go all the way down to Breen. Let's take a look. Actually, in fairness, I didn't take a look at what we happen to have with Villalaba. 2-star, 3-star, low. Ugh. Yikes, not ideal. He will not be a long-term solution, but he'll do the job for now. Breen is 3-star, 2-star. Easy for me to say. High-low work rate, so not bad. Not great, but not bad. Good enough to hold on to for the moment. We are going to try to loan him out, but he's going to have competition with the likes of Kelly and Duarte moving forward, but we'll look to loan him out as soon as possible. And actually, you know what? Let's go back there for a minute, because if I'm not mistaken, we had contracts that we need to try and solve. And that would be, oh boy, there's quite a few of them. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, this could be rough. Right. So I'm going to delegate these renewals for pretty much everybody, and we're going to see what's up from there. So Dragicevic, we'll see. As far as the... I'm going to trust the offer. I think I'm going to trust the offer as far as the money is concerned. I mean, how much is he making right now? He's a 74. He's making $580 a week. A 74. You know what? That's probably the right rate that it's starting it at. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure how much more he's going to ask for per week. Maybe I'll go 11 and go no higher than 24. Let's, hey, he's reached an agreement already. Cool. So, let's see. Important role, 4 years, 11.5. I'm good with that. Let's sign him up. Now, will we be able to keep him happy in the important role? Probably not, but at the very least, we have him signed up. We know we're not going to lose him on a free. We're good to go on the old Bosman. Berezovsky. Let's see what we have here. I mean, you're a 70. Let's start it. I know I can edit this outright. So, if a 74 is asking for what, 11? Then a 70, let's start at like 8.5K and go no higher than 15. And he is good with 8.5. I'm going to reject that for the moment just to see what happens. Now we're going to not be able to do that. Well, hopefully I'm allowed a second chance at negotiating with Berezovsky. If not, we just learned a very valuable lesson. The good thing is, of course, he's third on the depth chart right now for cams behind Kelly and Morgan, so it wouldn't be an outright disaster. I should have a chance to renegotiate with him again. Anderson is going to ask for the sun and the moon. Rightfully so. Let's start at 15. Let's see. He's good with 15. Crucial 2 years. Let's just do that. I mean, it was 11 for a 74 overall. We offered 15 for a 76. I'm good with that, especially, too, with us not needing the old transfer budget. I really hope I didn't screw up a Berezovsky. Luna. Luna, what's going on? Let's go 7K and no higher than 18. He wants 8.5, 4 years. Important. Let's do it. Sign him up. Teemu Aaltonen. It's going to be one of the interesting ones. Let's go ahead and go 8K, no higher than 13. He's good with 8K. It's fine by me. See, I'm just trying to find that magic range for these overalls where I don't piss somebody off. But with O'Brien, or not with O'Brien, with Clark, let's go 5K. He's good with 6. Works for me. Sign him back up. Are we going to have a rough time balancing out all of these? Probably. Jonathan Kelly. Let's go all the way down to 5K, sir. What do you think? 7-1. Good for me. Sign him up. Wilson. You know, this is turning out to be... Oh, God, yeah. Wilson's going to want to get paid as a 75 overall. Let's go with 10K minimum. He wants 16.5. Crucial for 2 years. I'm good with that. This is turning out to be a little bit more tedious and perhaps not all that exciting yet. You know, here we are. Let's go 3K. Perfect. Probably overpaid Kovac a little bit, but that's fine. O'Leary, the 76 overall. Let's go 10K minimum. He wants 10.5. Damn, that's pretty much dirt cheap. We have a few more here. Harrison Wright. Harrison Wright. Let's go for the 8.5K. He wants 11. It's fine by me. 4 more. We're almost there. Patrick Cox. Let's go 2K to 5K. He was offended. He was offended. Hopefully, again, we have a chance to renegotiate. Medved. Let's go with 7.5. He's good with that. Might have overextended a bit, but that's okay. I'd rather, overextend and piss somebody off. And Cordoba. Let's go with 3K, but a 10K max. He wants 4-1. Beautiful. So we're able to re-sign all but 2 players right now. We should have a chance to revisit that, and thankfully, neither of the 2 are extremely important. We still have all the money in the world, which is quite nice. So let's go ahead and sim up to this game against Wigan, and we'll see what happens from here. It is going to be the first team unit that gets to play. We're currently in 6th. With a win and a West Brom loss, we could move up to 5th, which would be quite nice. So, despite the early mixed results, thanks to tournament play, we're not at the top of the table, but we're still doing much better than I ever really expected. So we're going up against Will Grigg and Wigan. We just beat them previously, and we destroyed them this time. Kelly with the goal off the bench, or not off the bench, but Kelly with the goal, and 2 goals for Luna. A dominant performance for your Tranmere Rovers. Good stuff. Very good stuff. We have moved up into 5th. And of course, with how much longer we have to go in this season, it's still way too early to say whether or not we're going to be able to maintain this position. But to be where we are this early on in the season is quite promising, as we already get a loan offer for Breen. God, is this a Belgian club, I believe? Don't quote me on that. 99% sure they are, though. Kennedy, what do you have for us in Scotland? Duncan Campbell will sign. Ewan McCutcheon, holy hell. Yes, please. Shane Young. Okay, Scotland's out of control right now. Ewan Stewart, he'll be dropped. And Douglas Campbell will be signed. Aiden Fraser, unfortunately, will not be. Hell of a start there. The Ivory Coast, Fabrice Soro can be signed. Jean-Eudes Quattara will not be signed. Modeste Toure, I wish, but will not be signed. Daouda Diallo will not be signed. Younousse Kofi will not be signed. Ismail Diaby, good lord, will be signed. And that brings us to Turkey. Mahmout Yalman. Holy shit, these scouting reports are out of control right now. Serkan Kaymak will be dropped. Would that be Ilhan Baker will be signed? Emra Kaplan will be signed. This is absurd. There has to be somebody we can ditch, right? There has to be. Baker's already a 62, by the way. Okay, so Soro's a 53 at 17. We're just going to drop him. That's a bit too low. We'll sign Kaplan. Sinan Onder will not be signed. And Doruk, come on, man. Come on. What are you doing to me? 17 years old at 51, Duncan Campbell will unfortunately be dropped. And we'll sign this dude for the moment, even though I think he'll end up not being good enough to hang around. As we get another loan offer for Breen. Hopefully we can take advantage of that. We have another cup match upcoming midweek. So the second team will get to play this game here against Sheffield Wednesday. We'll stay with it for a moment. Johannesson and Richardson, we'll see what they can do. The last time this team played, they were able to get the win. Can they have a repeat performance here? 3, 2, 1. It's a draw. I'll take it. I'll take it. A point is a point, and every point is going to matter in terms of the league standings. It's the third round of this competition already. We get an international offer from South Africa. I think we're going to go ahead and reject that for now. Simon Kovac wants to play in this game. That is absolutely not going to happen. The first team unit is coming out for this game against Birmingham City. Let's see what we can do. They are not in good form at all. We have our first team out there. This should be a win. 3-2-1. And it is 2-0. O'Leary, though, picks up an injury in the game. How severe? We are a little bit banged up already. Let's find out. O'Leary is out for 5 weeks. So that center back depth is really being tested. And just our overall depth in general. I'm going to sim a little bit forward. I'll talk to you guys shortly. Hopefully the injury bug stops biting and we can sort things out and get on a good run. October 16th, 2022, Tranmere Rovers are currently in 5th place in the league, coming off of a loss to Aston Villa the game before, where we had to play our second team. I'm trying to line it up to have the first team good to go to take on Tottenham. They'll probably lose regardless, but you never know. There might be a miracle on the cards. So after that 2-0 win over Birmingham, we ended up beating Preston North End 2-0, ended up beating Hull 2-1, and then finally losing to Villa. Again, it's a very busy schedule, unfortunately. On top of that, the injury bug hasn't exactly been kind, with current injuries to Wilson and O'Leary, our 2 starting center backs, on top of the injury to Sip, and of course Kovac was hurt for a while. Elliot Roberts on left mid there, also quite pissed, kind of wants out, so that could be a problem. We'll see what happens there. For now, though, let's take care of our final few reports from this current scouting session. So we start off in Scotland with Aidan McKeith, 67 to a 93. We'll try to sign him up. Let's first look for some lower grades. Joel Roberts can be released. Benzai is an interesting one where I'll try to keep him. And again, Archie Bailey, something's got to give there. Shane Young will go ahead and drop. So anybody else? A 42 Kaplan. Yeah, you're out of here. That's absurd. No, thank you. Douglas Campbell can be on his way out. Baker can stay for the moment. Doric, I'm sorry, you're on the way out. Kalata is on the way out. So, like I said, for most of these guys, I had a feeling they wouldn't make the cut. But still, Rory Ross, on the other hand, could very well make the cut. Kirk Johnston isn't going to happen. Reese Murray, Douglas Clark, and Kirk Taylor will not be signed. Moving on to the Ivory Coast, Modeste Diallo will not be signed. Jean Udez Konate will not be signed. Czech Dabogo will not be signed. And Stefan Kone will not be signed. So a bit of a swing and a miss there for the Ivory Coast. And from Turkey, Ilhan Kemak will not be signed. Adnan Gunver will not be signed. Deniz Yildiz will not be signed. Fatih Yeet, what is that name? Sign him up. And Farhat Yaman will not be signed. So those are the final few reports from those 3 nations. It's time to scout out something new. We're going to start off with Andrew Kennedy with the last nation that I actually have on the list at the moment, and that is Ghana. So we start off in Africa with Ghana. And from there, we're going to try to scout in places where we have yet to scout. We are completely done in North America, but in South America, Argentina has been done, I do believe. Indeed, they have been. Uruguay has also been scouted. Chile has been scouted as well. I'm trying to get to Paraguay. That'll be the next place that we go. Let's go to Paraguay, because why the hell not? And Jamie Carter, we have, I believe, completely scouted out Australia and New Zealand. I believe they're both on the list. I'm just double checking it because I didn't think of this ahead of time. And indeed, both of those locations have been scouted. So from here, I mean, Saudi Arabia we scouted out fairly early on. China, I believe, has also been done. China has been done. What about Korea? I think Korea will be the next place. South Korea has not been scouted, the Korea Republic, nor has, no, Japan has been scouted. So let's go to the Korea Republic. Let's do it. South Korea, welcome. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. The next few locations, South Korea, Paraguay, and Ghana, as our Scouting World Tour continues. Let's go at least another month. I'm intrigued to see how some of these things happen as far as our results, the Youth Academy, of course, and whether or not we can continue to hopefully keep everybody happy. Although, am I allowed to negotiate with our 2 players there? Are they ready to negotiate? I believe they are. So, Berezovsky, let's go ahead. Let's bring that to 9.5. There we go. 9.5 is good. So cool. We'll bring back Berezovsky and Patrick Cox. Let's look to bring you back for... let's just go 4K minimum. Yeah, he's good with that too. So we might be overspending on a few of these players, but odds are when people start to leave, we'll make that money back anyway. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's see if we can continue to keep our playoff pace. Say what you want, but the plan worked. We beat Spurs on penalties. Oh my god. I just want to point this out as well. I don't think I've ever gotten this message in career mode. We get the manager's offer at Stoke. You know, Stoke, who are 2 spots higher than we are by 1 point. You think I'm going to leave? I don't think so. We're coming for that spot. We're going to kick your ass. We're going to take it. Stoke, I got my eyes on you. Now that said, Torben Weber did just, tear his MCL and is going to be out for 2 months, so that sucks. Maybe we're not coming for Stoke. November 14th, Tranmere Rovers find themselves in 3rd place in the league table, 33 points through 17 games, 4 points back of Stoke, so the plan to overtake them hasn't exactly happened yet, but I think this is as good of a start as anybody could have really hoped for. 10-3-4 through our first 17. I'll take that again. I was hoping to finish somewhere here in this group and to avoid the drop zone, and we are well above the drop zone at this point in time. Let's get our scouting reports back, the first of this round. We'll also take a look at the team as far as the squad update is concerned, and then we'll probably look to end things here. So the month of October was interesting. A 2-1 win over Hull, 2-1 loss to Villa, 2-0 over Stoke. We ended up drawing Rotherham, and of course we got the biggest win in club history, beating Spurs on penalties, a 1-0 win over Birmingham. We began this month with a 3-1 win over Leeds, but disappointingly we just lost to MK Dons. Thus, the separation between us and Stoke at the moment. Let's get into these reports. First off from Korea, Rae Song Hwang, who is quite white. That's a problem in this game. It's been talked about to death. Hun Woo Kim will be signed as well. The goalkeeper's out of control. Hyun Ki Yoon will be dropped. Min Jae-suk. Sign him up. Yoonjin Park will be dropped, and Tong Hyun Chin will be dropped as well. These names are amazing. Walsh in Paraguay finds Telmo Cuesta, who I want to sign just for the name. His name is Telmo. Benzai, we won't sign. A 50 for McKeith at 16 years old. He is going to be dropped. Bailey's up to a 52, which is pretty nice. Kemak will be dropped for obvious reasons. A 50 for Kim. He'll be dropped immediately. A 42 for Min Jae-suk, who will be dropped as well. And Fatih Yijit will be... These names, dude, are out of control. So we end up dropping quite a few players. Morgan Davis will stay for now. Let's sign Kiesta. Vasco Aguirre will be released. Fabricio Duarte will definitely be signed. Mateo Villalaba, oh my god. Paraguay, out of control right now. Leandro Diaz won't be brought in. And then Kennedy in Ghana. Samuel Quay, would it be? Quay will not be signed. Chinadu Fusini. Oh, Chinadu. It's probably Chinedu, but I'm going to call him Chinadu. Not going to sign him anyway. Holy hell. Mapemba Mayat is the worst player I think we've seen thus far. Babukar Adu will be dropped. Kwame Abiyato, was it? Badil Mayoyo. Mayoyo! Sign him up! Names. I'm really good with them. But let's take a look at the squad here as we look to end this episode. So thus far here, I'll actually start just outright with goalkeepers if I can, well, you know what, here. So in terms of goals right now, it's Moritz Meyer with 12, Ove Anderson with 11. It's an absolute beast. 5 for Luna, 3 for Morgan, and Kelly, the assist king on the team. Right now, Meyer, Morgan, and Anderson all with 5. As we'll take a look here. So Clark with 17 appearances already, an average grade of a 7.0. He's up 1 point to an 81. Granero, we're not entirely sure. Budawani, we're not sure. Dragicevic up by 1 on the season. We have O'Leary up by 1 to a 77. Kovac up to a 67. Wilson a 75. Johannesson up to a 70. Right up to a 71. Of course, we don't know about Galliano. Weber's currently hurt. Richardson up by 1 to a 68. Villalaba, who we just signed, up to a 62. Medved, a 73. Cox, a 67. Cano, a 63. Altonen, up to a 72. Cordoba, up by 3 already to a 69 overall. Bailey, a 68. Toby Kelly, up to a 74. Alex Eklund, a 72. Adalberto Luna, up to a 72. Anderson, a 76. Clark, up to a 69. Sip, of course, has been out for the majority of the season. Berezovsky up by 1 to a 71. Arnay on loan. Morgan up to a 74. All 5'0" of them. Breen, who we just signed. Montadon up to a 70. Meyer, an 80. Again, our leading scorer. You got Duarte, Ewan Morgan on loan. Jonathan Kelly up to a 69. Horatio Sanchez up to a 72. Roberts is a 76. We might be losing him somewhat soon. He's still outmatched by Anderson. That's the issue. And then we have Guzman out on loan as well. So again, still in the early stages of this season, but what a start to the year it has been. To begin the next episode, looking ahead, Norwich, Reading, Wolves as well in the Carabao Cup, and in a very busy month of December ahead, and that is even without cup matches, so it could be that much worse moving forward. We have a long way to go, but it was a great start to the year. That'll do it for this one, though. I hope you did enjoy. You know the deal at this point. You know how YouTube works. Support the video. Support the channel. The more you do, the more likely they are to let you know when we've uploaded around here. For those of you still supporting this series, I really do appreciate it because, god damn it, I love FIFA. I love this series. Even if they haven't done much with career mode, the addiction, of course, has very much set in, and I can't believe it, but right now, we're on pace to be a playoff team. Can we make it 3 for 3 in terms of promotion all the way to the Premier League? The dream's still alive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Later. I'll see you then. Outro.